A historic context statement lays out the historical influences that shaped a place, helping to determine its significance. It connects buildings and landscapes to broader cultural, geographic, and economic trends, offering a framework for assessing historical integrity.
Nestled in the heart of Riverside, California, at the intersection of history and progress, stands the Riverside Women's Club, or as the locals like to say, 10th and Brockton.
In 1896, Mrs. Martha E. Hewitt and Dr. Sarah E. Malloy sent out 50 invitations to prominent women of Riverside with the aim of building a women's club organization similar to those popular across the country. They received 11 responses.
More than a building, it is a testament to the resilience, determination, and impact of generations of women.
Against the historical backdrop spanning from the late 19th century and into 1922, when the club celebrated their second building and permanent home, the Riverside Women's Club emerges into significance and is influenced by the social needs of a burgeoning industrial city.
These clubs were more than social circles. They were vehicles for change, and they were fueled by the progress of surrounding historic districts.
The 7th Street Historic District served as the main commercial strip of the city, with the commercial and residential architecture dating from 1900 to the 1930s, and is overlapped by the boundaries of the Mission Inn Historic District. The Mission Inn anchors the heart of the original downtown. To the southeast, 7th Street, now known as Mission Inn Boulevard, connects to the historic citrus thematic industrial region, where the citrus packing houses bustled with industry, and integrated with the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway off of Vine Street. To the northwest of the 7th Street Historic District, the Evergreen District, developed between 1880 and 1954, highlights the city's architectural evolution, including Riverside's first burial ground and reflecting a variety of homes and structures that range from popular styles of the 1880s to 1930s. Central to one of the busiest and most prominent areas of Riverside, the Women's Club was universally accessible to residents. The Pacific Electric Interurban Line ran through the core of downtown, passing Mission Inn Boulevard, formerly 7th Street, on Market Street, and included a stop near 10th Street, just 2 blocks from the Women's Club building. The city of Riverside, in its inception, was agricultural, and by the 1920s was in full swing in its contributions to the U.S. economy. As a citrus empire, prolific growth of orange groves dominated the region, with both men and women working in packing houses, and the development of refrigerated rail cars and irrigation systems sparked an unprecedented expansion in citrus exports, leading Riverside to be the wealthiest city per capita by 1895.
The early 20th century ushered in an era of prosperity for Riverside.
In addition to citrus industrialization, Riverside was also notable for its involvement in the cement industry. The convergence in Riverside Railroad lines at San Pedro, Los Angeles, Salt Lake line with Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe marked the pinnacle of expansion and freight export of agriculture and quarried materials, attracting a surge of new settlers with swift passenger transportation. As population, industry, and commerce grew, ill working conditions, social issues, and exploitation naturally arose as counter-effects.
Founded in 1896, the Riverside Women's Club mirrored a national movement of women's clubs sweeping across America.
Industry gave rise to heated discontent among women and the need for community improvement and advocacy. Needs include lobbying for municipal reform, improvement in labor and food and drug safety, but also community efforts such as establishing public libraries, safe parks and play areas for families and children, and advocating for other marginalized groups. From the beginning, women's clubs accomplished vital purposes based off of societal need, Women typically being excluded from politics and jobs outside of domestic life, women's clubs allowed for visibility and forthrightness, as women organized to improve social problems. The clubs facilitated the sharing of knowledge, empowerment, and a sense of collective responsibility. Also, women's clubs were quickly embraced nationwide as tools for education and development. Jane Cunningham Crowley, the founder of the General Federation of Women's Clubs, states, "Women fled to the desert with one or two companions and encountered unheard of hardships rather than submit to the fate which they had been condemned by a man who could exercise authority over." Perhaps inspired by these early refugees, Crowley found herself denied entry to an all-male press club dinner honoring Charles Dickens. Her response was to create her own women's club in 1868, and for its 21st anniversary, Crowley invited similar clubs to a convention, and in 1890, 63 women's clubs united under one constitution to form the General Federation of Women's Clubs. Here in Riverside, California, between 1896 and 1921, the Women's Club experienced a significant increase in membership. Thomas E. Preston's craftsman-style architecture for the Women's Improvement Club of Corona boasted sturdy functional beauty. Sharing striking similarities with the Yucaipa Women's Club, inspired the Riverside Women's Club to purchase the plans from the Corona Women's Improvement Club for just $50. Even before the Riverside Women's Club occupied this space, they were taking bold action. In 1916, they established the first women's public restroom, a revolutionary concept at the time. This was actually a sanctuary, a place for mothers to care for children, working women to gather, and weary travelers to rest. The Riverside Women's Club supported the national movement for delineating center lines on highways. California Department of Transportation recognized the initiative as started by India Women's Club member Dr. June McCarroll when she hand-painted center lines on the road. During World War II, the Riverside Women's Club rallied behind the Red Cross and USO, supporting soldiers and families through difficult times. Long before these efforts, the club helped establish the city's first public library, local theater, and Riverside Community Hospital, landmarks of civic pride that remain today. In the 20s and 30s, Stella Atwood and club members advocated for Native American culture and self-governance. As decades passed, the clubhouse adapted. In 1957, renowned architect Clinton Marr redesigned the building, blending craftsman elements with mid-century influences, cementing its place as both a historic and evolving landmark. According to the Raincross Gazette, the Riverside Cultural Heritage Board recently considered the home for city landmark designation based on its mid-century style of architecture. Also seen here at the Riverside Women's Club.
Though eras have passed, the Riverside Women's Club building still stands.
Its primary period of significance, spanning from 1921 to 1957, coincides with its most prolific expansion of the women's club movement.
The clubhouse remains an active space for service-oriented gatherings.
The Riverside Women's Club has been recognized by the city for valuable and distinguished service by building social capital, doing good works, building goodwill, and increasing community involvement.
And of course, just having fun.